apologise. My last live, the audio went because my phone rang. So I'm going to just sit here for a minute and wait for everyone to come back and join me. And the gorgeous Renska there. I think we had a couple of hundred people on before, so it might just take a minute to get everybody back on. Isn't she stunning? Hopefully you're all going to slowly join us, and then I'm going to take you round to see the shelter. Oh, here we go. Hello, Louise. Hi, Monique. Hi, Peg. Yes, unfortunately, my phone rang, and for some reason, the phone ringing cut the audio off. Hi, Trish. Hi, Jamie. Hi, S. Wright. Hi, Inika. I'll just give it a minute or so that you can all rejoin before I take you in. Don't want anyone missing anything. I'm glad I'm back with sound. What do you think, Ren? Let's get you in the sun. Hi, Louise. Oh, is it grey in Norfolk? Yeah, but at least in Norfolk you don't get quite so much rain. Hi, Diane. Hi, Lindsay. I know, Ren does have a gorgeous profile. Right, I think we've got quite a few of you back on. Not as many as we had earlier, which is sad. Hi, Lance. But let's go up. Now, Ren's not been in here, so she hasn't seen what's been going on. Let me just adjust my reins. She might take a little persuading. But we have in here Paul and Dave, who, bless them, they've been up since 2 o'clock this morning. Hello. Say hello to everyone on YouTube. Oh, Ren, what's he doing? Is he terrifying you? It's fine. She's okay. So Paul and Dave left their workshop, or they were in their yard at 2 o'clock this morning with this very beautiful shelter. Ren's not quite sure about it. They have another one on there because they're fitting another one tomorrow, I believe. Now, they got caught up in all sorts of traffic getting here, so they were a little late arriving, which is why they're a little late finishing today. But they've done an absolutely superb job, and I can't tell you how happy this makes me. I've actually hugged it twice today. Now, I looked at lots of different companies. I'm going to take you up this way because the sun's in the way. Ren, can we be brave enough to go past those? I'm sure we can. So I looked at lots of different companies and lots of different shelters. And, you know, I'm a great believer in using local companies. And I'm sure there are some wonderful ones out there, but not that could provide what we needed in the time frame we needed it. And the quality of their products, this is a company called National Stables or National Timber, and I'm not promoting them because I've been given any deal by them, but I loved the quality of their products and the fact that this would stand the test of time with our Lake District weather. It's even got an upgraded roof on it because the roofing that often goes on the shelters is onduline, I believe. But we've had a steel roof put on this. And again, as I was saying earlier, you know, this is only thanks to all of you and your contributions. Now, Lisa, some of you will know Lisa, who comes and helps us, and her husband Vince has been up working with us for the last couple of days. He levelled the whole area because it was a little bit rough and undulating because, in all honesty, I'd had too many different people working on this area. So Vince has been working his socks off with my lovely little tractor over there. And I don't know whether you can see, this bit is all quite rough at the moment. and he's levelled all that one side, and we need to get a whacker plate down. So this has taken an awful lot more work than I ever anticipated. And I think originally we budgeted 25,000 out of the 110k campaign to do this work, and we're pretty close to target. We've got some fencing that's arriving tomorrow that's going to be installed next week. But this is the area where the boys are going to be, because they were in this field last winter, and it doesn't drain particularly well, this field. And they were just stood in mud an awful lot of the time. Whereas now we're going to be able to shut them in this area when the weather's really bad. They've got shelter over there, because there isn't a huge amount of shelter in this field. Whereas in the 14-acre field that traditionally I've always wintered horses in, there is that scary, darling? There is a lot more shelter. Lindsay, yes, I did, and they very kindly gave me £60 off, which was very nice of them. So that's being delivered tomorrow or Friday. And then David, our neighbour, has very kindly said that he can squeeze us in the evenings and weekends in between his other jobs, as he's just down the road, to get it put up, because that's actually quite an important thing, because at the moment the boys are down in the 14-acre, which needs to be resting before all the girls go in there for the winter. So I'm quite keen to get the boys in here as soon as we possibly can. You're very welcome, Lance. You know, that's the thing. I have so much to update everybody on every day, because there's so much that happens. But yeah, this is going to be life-changing this winter. And I looked at it this morning and I thought, oh, you know, I feel bad that we're not doing the same for the girls, but that's something for another year. You know, they're absolutely fine in that big field over there. And of course, you know, we can rotate them through the winter as to who comes in and who stays out. Linda, the shelter, it actually... Oh, look, there's Tamara over there. She's hiding because she's taking Paul and Dave down there. They're actually staying in the village tonight, staying at the Royal Oak, because it's been a very long day for them. So she's just popping them down to the village in a minute. So this shelter, it's a double shelter with a little storeroom on the side. And to be honest, in my mind, it was going to be open in between, so they wouldn't have been individual stable areas. But my mistake, it's actually got a divider between it, but that's not the end of the world, because if they do want to, you know, get away from each other, like you saw earlier, Uber was being a bit mean, and, you know, it's quite nice for them to have separate areas they can go to if they, you know, if they're having a bit of a domestic. Oh, Inika, what's Nemo done? He swiped your something from the table. I can't quite read. Nemo, honestly, you're as cheeky as Nero. There's Ren. She's having a good look at it. But Ren, this isn't going to be your area. I know you would love to be in with the boys for the winter, because you do love the boys. But you're going to spend more time up at the yard this winter. She doesn't like to be in the whole time. That's why she doesn't free rein all the time up on the yard. She does like to be out in the fields. Have a closer view. Yep, let's get in a little bit closer. I was just letting them because they were clearing up. Let's get in a little bit closer so you can see. I think we can get round there. Oh, she says it's a little bit scary. Come on, darling. Ren, you're very brave lady. So we have over here a little storeroom on the side. So don't reverse too much, sweetheart, because the car's behind you. Go on, go up. That's it. Just stand and have a look for a minute. Just have a look. You good girl. Tamara's getting the GoPro. We've actually done a time lapse on it, so I'll be able to share that with you all. So yeah, there's a little storeroom on the side there, so we'll be able to keep, you know. Oh look, Tamara's demonstrating. So in there we'll be able to keep, you know, different tools. Don't know that we'll keep any feed in there because it might get a bit damp. And yes, and things might get at it unless we moved one of the cats down here. So yeah, it's more going to be for tools. Then we've got a little area over here that we'll have a water tank. We need to get a little trailer to go on our tatty old quad bike, which hopefully when we clear up in here will make it easier for getting muck down to the muck heap. And then if you look in here, that's the two areas. You going to go and say hello, Ren? Eh? Going to go and say hello? There. So these guys have worked their socks off today, haven't you? Yeah, so you're going to go for a nice meal in the village now.
Yes. Hello, mate.
You see, you should have said to your boss to book you in at Long Cloom. It's Michelin starred.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So he'd have spent a lot of money there.
Yeah, I think it's
$5 a night job, I think.
Yeah. You're on the budget end. No. Yeah, Long Cloom is 250, but it's a taste experience that you won't get anywhere else in the world. It is superb.
Yes.
So yes, sorry, everyone wanted to see a close-up of the shelter itself. Sorry, I won't run you over, I promise. So here we go. Look, we've got two different areas, and there is a partition in between, but you know, we can, if we want to, we can take that out. So I'm contemplating at the moment, I don't know whether we're going to put hay nets in here through the winter and keep the feed in here, or whether we're going to aim to have a covered ring feeder out here. I've got to decide that. I'm still getting over the fact that we've got a field shelter. So exciting. But yeah, the quality of it is superb, and Paul was telling me earlier about what we need to paint it with in the next month or so, just to make sure that it lasts for years and years. Out of curiosity, I know the girls' field has the beck, but do all the fields have natural water? Well, typically this is one of the fields, sorry, isn't that lovely with the sun? This is one of the fields that doesn't have a natural water supply. So what we're planning to do, because there is guttering obviously to go up around this, is we're going to put a water tank on the side here and collect the rainwater. We can't tap into the mains. We could somehow run water down from the house, but that's a massive expense to do that. So I think we're going to rely as much as we can on rainwater in here. What we've done in this field before is we have, I don't know whether you can see up there, but we've got a couple of blue tanks, and I've actually had a hose that's run from the side of the house for years that's actually all buried in the grass now, and that's how we've got water down here in the past. So yes, this is the boys' area. And with any luck, some point at the end of next week, we'll be able to move them in. I'd like to say we'd do it on a live next Wednesday, but that might be pushing my luck. Anyway, let me take you up the road. Hold on, let me go through some comments. Water collection is a good idea. Yes, well, you know, it's not like we have a shortage of water here, is it? So in theory, the water tank should always be full. Ren, you mustn't be sad that that's not your area. You get to be... The thing is, you know, it's lovely to have this down here, but I know all the horses do love being up at the yard because they love people. And I've said it many, many times before. They're very social, and it's why the free reiners just love to wander around and hang around the yard, because I've always said about our top barn, that's where everybody wants to be. They all love being up there and amongst people. So the shelters are ideal for the winter and providing shelter when the weather's bad. But, you know, in my ideal world, that big dream, sorry, let me just show you the sheepies over there, because you've not seen the sheepies for a while. The big dream that we're working on, thanks to Tara, and the visuals are coming on that. Tamara chased Richard up yesterday about it. You know, ideally, we'll have a great big barn eventually. It's going to take several years, but that's a whole nother campaign. That's on a completely different scale. We'd have a great big barn up here with areas for the horses and for visitors, for people, because, you know, this whole place is about wellness, not, you know, primarily of the horses, and their wellness will always come first. But they've proved to be so therapeutic to people for so many years that we want to build something that's going to suit both. Now, anyway, the 110k campaign obviously covers things like this down here, the work that's gone on there, and the work that's going to be going on in this little muddy area, which is where the Hoytzer and Jubber's house is going to be. Now, there's not any work on that this week because Michael is just finishing off his other job, and then he will be getting started. And he's going to be rebuilding that. But as you will have seen, as we came up the driveway, we do also have an awful lot of work going on in the house at the moment. So you can't even see the house. In fact, I'll take you down the driveway. Now, I would like to say to you that this is absolutely, well, it is absolutely nothing to do with the 110k, but we are very, very blessed that we've got, we like to call friends of Greenbank, who've realised that, well, not realised, but they've seen that the struggles that we've had with getting anything done on this farm over the years, because of the way that the establishment is run and the bureaucracy of what's out there to help fund historic properties like this. And they very kindly stepped in to help with some really, really essential repairs on the house. So there's chimney repairs being done at the moment. All of the paintwork is being chipped off. It's all then going to be pressure washed off. You can just see up there. It's going to be pressure washed off. Then it's got to have all sorts of different treatments put on it that I would love to tell you what they are, but this isn't my baby because I deal with all this horse stuff and I leave Tamara to deal with all of this because this petrifies me. Scares the living daylights out of me, anything like this. So Tamara's been doing all sorts of planning of roofers and painters and scaffolders. And then once all that treatment's been put on and the repairs have been done to the chimneys, it's all going to get painted. So it can stand proud on the top of this hill. I said it in a video last night, just like the Friesians do. Because, you know, this building has stood here for hundreds and hundreds of years. And it deserves to be restored. And because, you know, farms can't survive in the traditional way these days, we're having to look at other ways to try and get it done. And we're very lucky, we've got just a wonderful community around us. And look who's come to join us.
Hello.
Hello, Bean.
Hello.
That's my nickname for Bailey. I know. Do you not like that anymore?
I do, but
Yeah.
odd.
Is it? It's a bit... I don't know why you're a bean. So are you busy cooking, like preparing things? Because Bailey's cooking us all dinner tomorrow night.
Don't remind me. Yeah, 9 salmon dishes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, sorry. I'm just sorry, Bailey. I'm just going to leave you for a sec because I haven't seen the comments. But just to reiterate, none of this work is coming out of the 110k campaign. It's really important for me to stress that. It's a completely separate project. This, and if you've not seen the YouTube videos with the updates on all the fundraising and where the money's been spent, there are several videos that break down the costs of everything. Now, this area here, So far, we've spent, if I remember right, it was around about 14,000. I am getting slightly nervous because we have, as I say, got another over 40,000 to raise to get this work completed. We are waiting for a revised quote from Michael, but we've got the new water supply in here. We've obviously done a lot of groundwork, got the drainage in, got the footings in for the new barn. And as I say, that's going to start, and Michael's going to give us a revised quote fairly soon. I'm just going to scroll back through some comments. Lots of hellos for Bailey. Sorry to drag you away from him. The work, just having a look, Barb, the work on the house, it's on a really tight time frame. And this is where we're really glad that the forecast is looking better for next week, because there